don't think you have to do that in San Antonio. Hello, Ann. How are you? Hi, Janica. Good to see you. Howdy, Vince. Sharon, good evening. Thank you. Going good, Roger. How you doing, bud? What is happening? All right, getting some storm reports in of some freezing rain. Caldwell County, Travis, Williamson. So Comal, there's one closer to home. We've got a report of light glazing on some tree branches in Verde. Hello, Janica. Dave, how are you? Thank you very much. I'm glad I get to do this. I really am. But I appreciate you mentioning that, Dave. And a good evening, Debbie, and a good evening to you as well. It is Bill Taylor here, Ken's 5 Digital Center. Pay no attention to the monitors. A little bit of a glitch there, but we have the kens5.com picture board right there behind me. A couple reports that are coming in as I show you what we've got with some temperatures out there. The key, of course, who's below 32? That's going to be where the problems begin. Bandera, Bernie, and Helotes. Again, we could be seeing some issues there with some light icing on bridges and overpasses. Really not seeing anything. I was just on the roads. We have a light mist falling. It's not even enough to call drizzle, but temperatures in the city are above freezing. So everything's just wet. 36 Hondo, 37 Castroville. So the reports that are coming in from the National Weather Service, I've got some glazing of tree branches in Verde. And that's about it as far as what we're seeing. Nothing else that's frozen in our area. Williamson County, Travis County, Caldwell County, all reporting some freezing rain, but zero accumulation. So great news on that. Hello there, Rose. Good to see you. Kevin, Northside, they did not call school. From what we understand, they're going to make the call at 5 a.m. They're going to assess the situation at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning and release a statement. That might be a little on the early side to make the call because there's a significant batch of moisture that's going to be moving in tomorrow after sunrise. And that could really start changing things quickly if the temperatures get too cold. Kevin Neffy is making a decision between 30, 35, 30. Right. Thank you, Vince. That's what we're hearing as well. Hello, Robin. But I still think any time before sunrise tomorrow is going to be a little on the premature side to really make a sound decision. But by then, we're hoping that we know temperatures to be, like if we're at freezing at 5 a.m., then I hope that they cancel school for the day because that's when things are going to start freezing. And when that second batch of precipitation, I say second, really could be third, comes in after sunrise tomorrow, we could see some significant problems. But that's really, I think, more reserved for the hill country where the temperatures have been below freezing for quite a while. In fact, let me just show you where we are with those temperatures. We go up north, and by the way, all of these numbers, 40 to 45 degrees colder than yesterday. What a drop. 29 Fredericksburg, Rock Springs at 27. They've been in the 20s since 4 o'clock this afternoon. Any precipitation that falls there is freezing. And remember, a lot of it's coming down as liquid and freezing on contact. Freezing rain, the most dangerous. It makes ice instantly on every surface it touches. 33 New Braunfels, so they're close. Seguin's at freezing. So see, that's why I say we could really see it. Kathy's in New Braunfels. Any idea how our weather looks tomorrow morning? You could see some icing. You're close to freezing now. The thing, you just have to watch the hourly observations because in a cloudy, drizzly pattern like this, temperatures don't tend to really fluctuate. I mean, even though we've been stuck in the 30s, just because we're going to the overnight does not mean that we're going to plummet into the 20s. You know, you'd think that we hit those daytime numbers. Well, what happens in these patterns is that the temperatures kind of just hold steady. And we're really going to hold steady in those mid-30s. And as long as we don't dip to 32, we'll be okay in San Antonio, New Braunfels, Uvalde, Hondo. That's why again, Highway 90 and spots to our, west are not in the winter storm warning. They're instead under the winter storm watch, because the warning means that, again, we're seeing icing and we're expecting significant icing in Kerrville, Bernie, New Braunfels, Seguin. We're expecting icing there. Happy Monday, Shell. Jesse starts at 6 a.m., heads down I-10 to Bakersfield. Hope roads aren't closed. So, Jesse, is Bakersfield east? That's about the only saving grace. If it's north, which, 10 west, then I think you're going to have to definitely take your time and pay attention. Anthony's loving it. This is a blast of cold. Our second big Arctic blast, the other one just before Christmas. So one of the things I want to say about these roads and traveling, a lot of you have always heard the phrase, it's from a book, I believe it was written, I take the road less traveled. Not in this situation. This is when you take the road most traveled. You want to be on the roads that most cars are driving, because that's generating more heat for that surface and therefore a lot less likely to freeze. The reason why bridges and overpasses freeze first and most is because they're surrounded by air. Every other surface road has ground heat that really helps keep things above freezing and keep things liquid. And if you have a lot of cars driving, that generates a lot more heat and that road a lot less likely to freeze. So you see a batch of light rain across South San Antonio. The proxy that I use for a lot of this drizzle and mist that's falling, visibility. And so if you look at this visibility map, I'm going to show this to you live, you'll see that things are pretty low. I mean, it's not at 0, but 4 miles in San Antonio's Lackland Air Force Base, 5 miles at Randolph, San Antonio International at 6, so it's not too bad. It really is, I was just on the roads, a very light mist. It's not even enough to say that it's drizzle. But then radar showing you where that rain is actually falling, and it's across Wilson County and moving into southern Bexar County, Calaveras Lake. Thanks, Jimmy. I appreciate you. It's my favorite station. How you doing, Vanessa? Oh, is that right, Enrique? Happy 50th. Kyle. Oh, yeah, Kyle, Freddie, that's definitely in the icing area. So please be very careful. The 35 corridor north has seen the most freezing rain and sleet today. You can still see it pretty active tonight east of Austin. But let me reset this several hours. You'll see that there was a pretty good batch that went through the Bernie area, southern Kendall County, over to Comal County and Canyon Lake. Watch it just right there. See it? That was the most significant batch close enough to the city. Ice likely lives in Kyle. Schools are closed in Kyle. Yeah, in fact, I heard Bernie. Is this accurate? I'm hearing Bernie's closed tomorrow and Wednesday?
I believe that's correct.
Yeah.
Let me check. Yes. That was my loading.
That's a good one, David. I drive on icy roads. Play golf somewhere else. I know, Vanessa, same. Thank you, Antonio. So, Tobias, we had a cold front come through, and then we're getting overrunning moisture. This is Pacific moisture. And we've got these little disturbances in this southwest flow. So just if you look at Texas, if you're looking at Texas, right, then we're getting this southwest flow from Mexico streaming right over top of a very shallow cold air layer that the front delivered. So the moisture is over top. Here's the cold air layer, and we call that overrunning. And that's what produces it's always light. We're not going to see too many heavy. We could see a couple of heavier storms with this because, again, with the southwest flow, you get some of these upper air disturbances, and that can generate harder rain. And so Tuesday into Wednesday, I'll show you the model, it does indicate a lot more moisture because of this flow, because of those disturbances. Any information about school closures for Southwest ISD, guys? Anything from Southwest? Remember, go to kens5.com. We have a complete list of updated school closures at our website. But I'll check for you, Anthony.
Haven't seen anything about Southwest yet.
No? It will help. I mean, Anthony, we're looking at about an inch to an inch and a quarter. Sorry, Luis, that was you on the Southwest, but nothing from Southwest ISD as of now.
North, northwest.
Bernie?
Northwest.
Southern Kendall County.
East Texas region.
Yes, Peanut, bring in the pets.
Oh, I think Northwest. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Sissy says Seguin. Yeah, under the winter storm warning. So that's as far south as the warning goes east of us. Notice that Guadalupe County there is under the winter storm warning. So we could see a little bit of icing, New Braunfels into Seguin, because you're east of 35, more moisture, and the temperature in Seguin right now is 33, so it's pretty close. All right, let me show you the future model and what we expect. Now this is pretty dialed in. I mean, we've got a little batch of light rain out there tonight. And when I say dialed in, how is it doing with the current situation? It's 9 p.m. and it's showing that we've got some freezing rain falling Kerrville, Fredericksburg, not as robust as what this model is indicating. Thank you, Janica. God bless you. Thanks so much for saying that. Cotulla stays above just a cold rain, Cotulla, just a cold rain. Anyone south of Highway 90, you guys are good. Hey, Nicole, how's it going to look in the morning around 8? San Antonio is going to be a light rain at 8 o'clock in the morning, just a cold, light rain. So let's take a look. Here comes 8 o'clock. So now we're past midnight, and we get another good, fresh batch. Expecting, again, a lot of light rain, a drizzle, and then look what, oh, there, wait, we passed up 8 for Nicole. Just a second. Here's 8 a.m. So mid-30s, light rain, and maybe a little bit of freezing rain or sleet mixed in from Bernie up north. And notice this model's got these temperatures a little warmer than I think is reality. I don't think temperatures will be above freezing in the hill country. Now, if we get enough precipitation, that can sometimes happen. With enough precipitation, lower level mixing gets temperatures up a degree or two. So that would help if it comes down a little bit heavier tomorrow. That might put temperatures above freezing. But see, look at the amount of snow that starts. The model's calling for some pretty good snow by midday tomorrow. Well, mid-morning, really. There's 10:30, 11, and then past the noon hour, and you can see it's all the way into the early afternoon. And look at that, dropping in near Bexar County by 4 or 5 p.m. tomorrow. Interesting. Get your cameras ready. Might see a few snow flurries mixed in. Yeah, Madi, Cotulla's fine. Just a cold rain. Nothing frozen. So again, we go into Tuesday night, Wednesday again, and that's that. Look at that good batch on Wednesday morning before we start seeing some drying out west right there. Now see, there's a couple of the thunderstorms. Could see them around Uvalde, Carrizo Springs, Cotulla on, what is it, Wednesday night, early Thursday. Some heavier rain pockets might occur. So see, that's what I'm saying. This system has a lot more moisture available, especially Wednesday, it looks like. Tuesday, a lot like today. Nikki takes the rain, just let this cold go on. I feel you. Shafi, my husband, went through Lakey, Rock Springs. They had ice cycles on cars. Icicles, okay. 28 going through that area. So the roads were passable, not a lot of road closures for your husband when he was driving? I wonder. And see, yeah, by Wednesday afternoon, it looks like a lot of us will be above freezing and we see a lot more liquid. Tobias, pull out the long johns, kerosene if the grid gets unstable, right? Madi, how about Houston and Lake Charles? All liquid. Yeah, they'll be fine. Excuse me. All right, so let's take a look at the model's ice accumulation forecast. We'll start with the big picture. And we're looking at 1/4 inch. Fredericksburg, just under that, Kerrville. But you can see that the accumulation does drop through most of Kendall County. How are the temps in Abilene? Ooh, I have no idea right now. Sorry, Monica, a little out of my jurisdiction, but it's cold. Locally, closer look at what we just saw. Under 1/10 inch, still the case at Bernie. That hasn't changed. just under a tenth New Braunfels, Seguin. And so that's why Seguin's in that warning. Again, just dipping far enough south. All right. You know I wouldn't want that job, I'll tell you that. No, thank you. All right, travel conditions, guys. Saying that moderate is going to be San Antonio, New Braunfels, Seguin. And that's almost on, you know, when you go New Braunfels and Seguin, might even kind of flirt with that difficult, because we're going to have more icy surfaces there than San Antonio for sure. And then dangerous travel. Once you get up into Kerr County, you get into, again, some spots that really could see significant icing between Tuesday and Wednesday. Remember, that's the thing. This is going through Wednesday. This is day one of a 3-day event. Let's take a good look at the timeline, okay? As far as what we're looking at on road conditions and danger. First, the danger. And you can see that we've got more reds than yellows and no greens. So moderate for Houston, Del Rio, San Antonio, but dangerous driving, Dallas, Abilene, Lubbock, Amarillo, San Angelo, Austin, New Braunfels, Kerrville, Fredericksburg. All going to be dangerous. Take the road most traveled, okay? Now the timing. So the hill country from tonight through 10 a.m., San Antonio Metro overnight, 2 a.m. to about 10 a.m. is going to be the window of seeing anything frozen, mainly North Bexar County. I don't think this is going to be a citywide situation. I'll go northern Bexar County, bridges and overpasses primarily south of San Antonio. If you're south of the city, all a cold rain. Don't know, Charlene. I'm sorry. I know that, you know, they're going to definitely be in the mix. Yeah, Rita, just a cold rain for Corpus. Thank you, Nikki. Howdy, Natalie. How are you? All right. So how long before we get out of this mess, right? How long before we see Mr. Sun, Mr. Golden Sun? It's going to be Thursday. And we'll rebound on temperatures too, which will be nice. See a significant jump in temperatures, that's for sure. So I'm just curious to see what we... Oh, Nikki, wasn't it beautiful yesterday? 77 the high. Yorktown, cold rain. Cold rain. Haley was waiting. Oh, but tapped out. Harmony, oh, she couldn't make it. Almost. Well, I'm so glad to hear she was waiting. That's so sweet of her. Here's to Haley. Record. Haley, thank you for trying to wait up. Love you, Haley. Thank you for watching, or almost watching, I guess. Stay warm tomorrow. All right. Tuesday. Yeah, keeping us in the 30s. That's what I figured too. I was just double checking what New Braunfels was thinking on the highs tomorrow. Our meteorologists at the National Weather Service, God bless them all for the great service they do. Speaking of, Cedar Park, we got some ice reported on the overpasses of 183A, which is the toll road, and Brushy Creek. Cedar Park, up near Austin. Liberty Hill, a little freezing rain. So really nothing else reported locally. Had the windows open yesterday, right, Debbie? Yeah. And then we got the heat blasting today. Marguerite, hello there. It was a 40-degree swing. I don't think so, Harmony. I really think it's going to be a cold rain for most of the city. I mean, the northern fringe of the county might get a little something, but I think most of San Antonio is going to be okay. But just please, stay off bridges and overpasses, because that's going to be where it happens if it happens. Hey, Vanessa, Holoshan Strong. So far, so good. And as you can see, 7-day forecast has us in this 2 more days. This is day one of a 3-day event. Well, it depends, Maryland. Some are closed. North side is open, reassessing things between 3:30, 5:30, making a call. They'll issue a statement. Make sure to join us for Ken's 5 News. Begins at 4:30 a.m., so they will be on for the North Side decision for sure, and with an updated list of all school closures. We're updating the list all the time at kens5.com. Pretty easy to find. Hot cocoa, yes, definitely. And look at the weekend that's waiting for us. What a payback. Mother Nature's like, look, I'm sorry about this. I got you. Saturday, Sunday, I really got you. High near 70. Oh, it's going to be nice. So make your plans for outside this weekend for sure. In fact, Friday, take it off. Take the day off. I mean, it's just now, the last day of, or second to last day of January. I know you got all kinds of sick days. Friday might be a call-in sick day. Get some sunshine and vitamin D. It's going to be therapeutic after all this. All this damp weather, real quick check of the molds. There they are. Heavy today, 1,180.
Check in with mold. Oh.
No, whoa, not bad. Moderate on the mountain cedar. So even still see some mountain cedar in the air, which is not bueno. No bueno. Got 2 more weeks of that mountain cedar season. Shaffy wants this for a month. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's right. Helotes Market Days this Saturday should be perfect. It'll be chilly, but then a nice warm afternoon. Perfect. That's a winter day in South Texas right there on Saturday. Right, Nikki? Yeah, exactly. Groundhog Day coming Thursday. Still going to be breezy. So the winds are going to stay strong. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They'll start dying down Friday. But yeah, we have to check on, here we check this chupacabra. It has nothing to do with Phil, the groundhog. Here in San Antonio, we check in on the chupacabra, and if he sees his shadow, it's 6 more weeks of terror. So it's a much more serious situation than in Puxatawney, PA, because this is the chupacabra. 6 more weeks of terror. Hey, John, good to see you. Victoria, cold rain. Yeah, nothing frozen in Victoria. All right, guys. I think that's going to wrap things up from here. I love y'all. Please stay safe on the roads, okay? Make sure you've got safe driving distance between you and the car in front of you. Make sure that you allow extra time. Leave extra early. Any kind of drive on the road, leave early so that you don't have to rush. Because there's going to be people out there who are running late and rushing and driving too fast. Don't be one of them. Be defensive. Strong chance of precip and cold, fog, rain, cold, and windy. Those are the 4 weather words through Wednesday. And then we start clearing out, getting some sunshine. Beautiful weekend is waiting for us. Loving this winter. Tony, good to see you, buddy. Hope to meet as well. God bless you too, Shafi. Thank you so much. And God bless each and every one of you. God loves you. I do too. And we'll see you on Ken's 5 at 10.